I'm Mishima Yuki, and you're listening to the Giant Sword Podcast, home of the second biggest group of Phantom Thieves ever. The first being me. Keck.
Hello, and welcome to this week's Giant Sword Podcast. I'm your party leader, Nick Lynn. Joining me, as always, is Taylor Hoyt.
What up?
And Shadow Elite. What's up, Shadow?
What's up, guys?
How's everything?
Pretty good.
Good? Yeah.
Can't complain.
See, after that Corona scare that I had, that's why we missed last week's episode.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Well, you were sick, or?
I was really tired, and I was like super tired, and I was just like, I didn't want to do anything, kind of tired, and that was for a couple days. So when I'll go to work, I'll come home from work, and I'll just lay in bed and play my PSP.
PSP, wow.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's a topic for later. But yeah, luckily I was playing on my PSP. Yeah, it's the only reason is because my Costco store had a outbreak.
Oh, really?
And a lot of people had it. They got it, and I was around those people, so I had to get tested and all that.
I guess it came back negative, I'm assuming?
Both tests were negative.
Thank God.
That's good. Yep. So
that's bad on my part. Like a couple of my friends, they got sick. And they tested positive, so that kind of sucked. So it's like I can't hang out with these guys for a long, long time.
What kind of symptoms do they have? Because I've heard that it's kind of all over the place. Like some people are more sick than others, I guess.
Yeah, it's like basically if you get sick, you might want to go get a test. But one of my friends had a headache. He had like a fever, like 103-degree fever.
Oh, geez.
And he was just exhausted, and he was just he wasn't feeling like himself. So he took the tests, and it came back, unfortunately. But that was around like 3 or 4 weeks ago. He took like 2 tests, they all came back negative. Since then,
so he should,
he should be good to go. But I'm like, I'll give you about another month before I hang out with you again, my guy.
Hey, better to be safe. Better to be safe.
Yeah, it's like nothing against him. Like that's my boy. I love him, but it's like I don't know. This is too much. Hell, my parents aren't gonna let me visit them unless I take a test.
Okay.
So like if I think I was planning to go to my parents' house probably like next month, so I gotta take a test just to see.
Yeah, they're pretty easy. It takes about 5 minutes.
Yeah, I say it's pretty easy.
Really, 5 minutes? I've heard some tests taking like you have to wait a couple days to hear back.
Oh no! It only take the test, so it's 5 minutes.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, wow.
The results are in like a couple days. Yeah.
Okay.
And it depends on what place you go to. There's like clinics, like local Rite Aids and Duran Reeds. They do it too. So
yeah, I think like the volunteer ones, those are the ones that take a little bit longer to get back to you, but they're free. But the ones like there's some hospitals have free ones, and yeah. But I would say it depends on how badly, if you ever get the flu, how badly do you get it? That's probably how bad you're going to get COVID. So if you get the flu and you get really sick when you get the flu, you're probably going to get really sick if you get COVID.
That's true. It sucks because they're trying to open up schools, and I'm like, yo, I understand that you guys want to open up schools. I get it, but you can't. You really can't. The outbreak is gonna happen again. It's gonna get worse if you open up schools. But
that's the thing that's annoying me most about it. I know this isn't a political podcast, but like I think the most annoying thing about this is that every person in charge is just looking out for themselves, and that's why it's making things worse. Like all the school administrators are like, well, it's going to look bad on us if we don't have students in the school, so we might as well just open it. I'm like, you assholes, like, stop. So if everybody just followed the rules, wore a mask, this thing wouldn't be as bad. It would have been gone. But, America, we all want to do our own thing. We don't want to listen. No, we don't want anybody to tell us what to do. So,
nope. And like you can't wear a mask because like it infringes on your rights or something like that.
Oh, please
if you don't want to wear it or not, it's like I don't know.
There's that one video I saw. This like perfectly encapsulates what's happening right now. I think it was Costco actually, Nick. There's this lady that just sat down in the middle of Costco and threw a hissy fit. I'm like, what are you, 5 years old? Like, wear a mask or get the hell out of here. Like, what's wrong with you?
It's
That's
just
how you're gonna be wearing a mask forever. You only gonna wear the mask for like
put on your mask.
an hour?
Yeah, if that, yeah.
This is my work mask.
There you
Oh,
go.
dude, you should see my mask. It's in the car, but it's like it looks like a Sub-Zero or like Scorpion mask. It's like this big old thing. It's a little much, but I think the problem with masks usually is they come up right against your nose or your mouth, and it's hard to breathe. But this one has a lot of like breathing room, and it's got some filter. So I'm like, I look a little crazy, but it's comfortable.
It works. It's keeping you safe. So who cares how you
Exactly.
look?
Exactly.
So
That's that though. I lost my mask. I gotta order a new one. Well, I ordered a new one already. I had a black mask. I lost it. I don't know where it's at.
So let's move on to the JRPGs after our COVID scare or my COVID scare. Hopefully you guys do not have COVID scares. But yeah, so it's a lot of I haven't really been doing much. I've been playing some games. I haven't been following the news. A lot of fighting game news, but we're not going to follow that. I'm personally really happy about the fighting game news. But yeah, some cool stuff's happening. But let's move on to the first topic. So Granblue Fantasy Relink news is set for the Granblue Fantasy Fez 2020, and they said that the release date's teased. So we might.
It's about time. This game has been taking forever. I mean, it's been so long that they've taken Platinum off. It's probably gonna be a PS5 game at this point because based on the footage they showed last time, it almost reminds me of like a Monster Hunter kind of game. Not exactly, but in the sense that you play co-op, you go and you fight bosses. I'm guessing you get parts and gear, and then you just do it again. So for a live game, I can't imagine they'd want to release it only on PS4. Now, I don't think they said anything about that, but if I were them, that would be the smart thing to do both.
If they show like a teaser trailer, I think the first thing they're gonna show, or at the end of the trailer, it's gonna be like PS4, and then suddenly PS5. It's gonna be like a PS5
there's no reason it shouldn't be on PS5. But yeah, like Taylor was saying, it took forever for this game. I don't know what will happen to it, but it does look good. Does remind me of Monster Hunter God Eater type game. A lot of co-op going on there. I didn't think that was what it was gonna be. Honestly, I thought it was just gonna be like a regular, I guess, hack and slash, maybe like pseudo Devil May Cry-ish, I guess. But you know, for what it looks like, it looks really good. It's at 60 FPS. Thank God.
It's super smooth, yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully that sticks up. It definitely should stick up if it goes to PS5. There's no reason not to.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I remember when they first showed it. It kind of reminded me when they first showed Dragon Quest 11. So kind of looked like
a
that.
Little rough.
No, like it looked really nice, and you just saw Catalina walking around like towns and everything. So it kind of looked like an open world RPG, and then like really smooth combat. That was like in 2012 or 2013, right? Or not that late, but 2015.
It might have been. It might have been. This game has been hanging around for a long time.
It's a long time ago.
Well, I'll put it in perspective. I always like to check in on old videos every once in a while just to see how they're doing. I put out a video in 2018 called something like Granblue Fantasy Relink is the next great JRPG or something like that. And that was 2 years ago. And it was like we were waiting then. So they have been taking their sweet time. That's for sure.
That sucks.
That's a Taylor title right there.
Exactly. Well, you gotta. I made a tweet about this, and Shadow, I'm curious to get your thoughts on this. I think just calling something like blah 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 review is like you can't get clicks with that. You got to make it a little bit more exciting. And so what everybody started doing was, is game X worth it? Is it worth it? And now everybody titles their reviews like that. And I get what they're doing, but I feel like that's even stale because everybody does that.
It'd be like that. You have to. You gotta stick out one way or another. Whether it be with your title or your thumbnail.
Right. Exactly.
It don't matter. Like people,
it's tough on those YouTube streets. I'll tell you.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, like you gotta get people to click on the video, and they're not gonna click on it otherwise. If it's just regular review, unless the review is like on time, like the day and date of the game come out. Then you can get away with just saying whatever review. But other than that, if you're a few days late or a day late, please, you gotta gotta get them there to click on the video somehow.
Yeah, exactly.
wouldn't
And
say
that's the
that's-
tricky thing, like that I've noticed with reviews lately that I've been putting out is like you said, you have to title it something else besides just Granblue Fantasy Review or whatever.
Your next review should be game title. You won't believe this, and then you're gonna have like a red arrow pointing at like this circle on the thumbnail.
This default, like every big YouTuber does that like pointing red arrow thing. I'm like, it's like it works. I can't even hang on. It fucking works. I'm like, oh,
and it's usually pointing at nothing.
It was nothing at all. It works. It gets people. It's like y'all don't know y'all being manipulated, do y'all? Like it's crazy.
It's funny that you say you won't believe this, Nick, because literally I put that in a thumbnail for my last week's episode about Euden Chronicle, and that video has like 30,000 views now, so it works. Like it clearly works.
It fucking works. It's not. I wouldn't consider it scumbag at all. It's just it gets the clicks. Hey.
Yep,
that's how it works.
Gotta do what you gotta do. Yep.
So I got to see that thumbnail on your next video, Taylor. Red circle with the red arrow pointing at it.
That's
I'm
right.
actually curious to see if that works. If you get like 10,000, 20,000 views, I'm actually really curious. I want to see that.
It might work.
All right, so let's move to next thing. Final Fantasy VII Remake shipments and digital sales top 5 million. Is that surprising?
It's almost not really. I almost feel like it's surprising the other way. Not that it's that high, but that it's not higher. But maybe it's just we're all at home. People can't maybe. I don't know. I guess I thought it might have been a little bit higher, but
it may be
5 million is good.
If they didn't keep it to PS4 and they gave it to Xbox and PC, maybe
that's
it
also true.
10 million. My fault. It would have been 10 million, but it's exclusive to PS4 for a year, so they'll probably make that next year.
That's true.
Do you remember how much Final Fantasy 15 sold?
I think it was.
I think so. I want to say in the same time, 7 Remake sold 4 million, 15 sold 5 million. But like Shadow said, it also came out on Xbox One, so that probably helped.
Yeah, I think 15 sold like 8 million or something like that in the time it took. So, which is not really surprising from 15 because 15 had I think 15 had more hype than 7 at the time. I think.
Well, I mean, we were waiting way longer, that's for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, way longer for 15 than we were for 7 Remake. So that could be it. That could be it right there. But that's not surprising. It's a really good game. So has some aspects that's a little bit out there, but it's not a bad game by any means.
You just gotta get used to the action combat. I know a lot of purists don't like the action combat. They wish it was like a typical turn-based, but sometimes you just gotta bite the bullet.
Yeah.
I don't think Square Enix is ever gonna, when it comes to their main series, they're never going back to turn-based. I don't think.
I agree. I don't think so either. It's clearly working to do action, So.
Yep. You purists are in the minority.
Yeah, as sad as that is, But if you want the turn-based stuff, they still have it. They're doing Bravely Second. I still can't believe they're calling the third game Second, or Bravely Default 2, excuse me. See, I even get it confused. And Octopath Traveler. So they're if you want those classic turn-based, that stuff is there. But yeah, I think the big high-budget Final Fantasies, they're never going back.
Yeah, they're like unless it's like a special, like they want to go completely retro about it. But I don't think they're gonna do that. I don't think they're ever gonna do that.
That would be awesome, though. You know what's gonna happen? Final Fantasy is gonna be going full action combat, and for some reason, Tales is gonna go to turn-based.
Well, they already did with Tales of Krystoria, so there you go.
Yeah, there you go. See, it's starting already.
Well, you still got Tales of Arise. That's still action.
Yeah.
They're gonna surprise us, like, oh no, it's actually turn-based.
Just kidding. That's why they delayed the game. They had to make it turn-based.
Man, that'd be interesting if they did.
People would be pissed.
I don't know how I feel about that, honestly. I will welcome. I'm always welcome to turn-based combat, but you got me looking for action combat. You just change it out of nowhere. I don't care.
Do you guys? Okay, I'm gonna go way back. Way back. Do you remember when they first showed off White Knight Chronicles?
I don't actually. I don't remember. I wasn't playing games at the time, so I don't really remember that.
I want to say I do, only for the fact that I was really interested in the game.
Because it looked really good. It was like there was no avatar, and then battles the battles did something really interesting. It was fake, all completely fake, by the way. But during the battle, like the characters were all doing their own thing, like they're doing like fighting and everything, but they weren't like doing damage. You had to select. You had to like select your abilities at the time when you were able to, and then you did them, and then you did damage. So the battle seemed like it was like moving around and live, but it was still turn based. So I was like,
weird.
Games should do that. Games should do that where it's like the battle, they're actually the people are fighting and doing cool things, but you won't start doing damage until you're able to select your abilities.
So kind of like Final Fantasy 13.
Kind of like Final Fantasy 12, except the battle fights itself pretty much. So imagine it doing that, but you're selecting the abilities.
So like Xenoblade.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Okay, like auto attack.
But they're not doing anything really. It's like nothing's really happening. You have to select abilities to actually do stuff. So it makes the turn-based battles more lively.
I'll have to see that. I gotta see that early to White Knight Chronicle trailer.
All right. Next one, Genshin Impact for PS4 launches this fall.
Needs a delay probably. PS4 at least. Actually, for PC as well. Those load times were ridiculous.
I said
were they bad in the beta for PC also?
Oh yeah, they definitely were. Yeah.
It says that the game.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I said the game is also due out for PC and iOS and Android by October.
Yeah, I like what you're saying. I think this is all going to be polished because I think the content's good personally, and I think it looks good. The biggest problem is it just doesn't run great, and those load times going in and out of buildings, like holy cow, it's like minutes. It's insane. At least on the PS4 version, it was that long.
So
it was a long time on PC. Yeah, just going to buildings or even like I think coming out of a dungeon or going into a dungeon was a long load time. That almost like kept me out of the game. Like I didn't feel like playing after I got out of the load screen. But yeah, on PC it runs fine, 60 FPS, no issues whatsoever. I've seen the PS4 version. I had seen a lot of people complain about it. They really need to optimize that. I don't know how they're gonna mess up on the PS4 version, but the PC version is fine. I would assume that the PS4 version would be their main like development place, I guess you could say. But I don't know, maybe PC hardware on PC makes it so it runs easier.
Now, how's it going to run on a phone and a Switch?
Yeah,
yeah, true. Oof. Switch. Rest in peace, Switch. That game is not going to run good on Switch.
Man, I think Nintendo, if they're not already doing it, they need to seriously start thinking about their next console because third-party ports are starting to look worse and worse with each new game that comes out. I feel like so.
Yeah, I saw Fairy Tail.
Yeah.
Looks like dog shit. I'm sorry, there's no other word for it. It looks terrible.
Yeah, doesn't look great. Doesn't run great.
I think they're going to come out with a new Switch. They have to at this point. There's no reason not to. There's like rumors. Of course, there's always rumors going around about a new Switch, but it seems like now it seems like more than likely to happen.
Didn't that Kickstarter project, the Suikoden successor, say that that's being worked on for the next Nintendo project or something like that? Didn't it?
It did. That's a good point. Yeah. So I think they were probably just covering their butts because their game's not coming out for
a while.
2 years, 3 years. So yeah, who knows? But yeah, I mean, it wouldn't shock me if they had like a Switch Pro or whatever they're going to call it. But yeah, the Switch is starting to really look dated. I mean, the Nintendo, obviously, they know how to take advantage of it. The indies are fine, but all the third-party stuff, like they're all either getting delayed or look terrible. Yeah, it's getting concerning. Like, I love playing stuff on my Switch, but I'm like, unless it's Nintendo or a low, like an indie game, I don't want to risk it.
Yeah.
Do you think that Nintendo's gonna stick with the Switch design, or are they gonna make something completely new?
Nah, they're gonna stick with the design of the Switch, and they're still gonna call it Switch because that has like market appeal and stuff like that. So they're probably just gonna make it's basically gonna be like a slimmer version or a more sleeker version of the Switch or something like that. Like kind of like how they do the DS, DSi, and stuff like that. It's gonna be something like that.
They need to call it the Super Switch.
The new Switch.
Oh God! Don't call it the new Switch. Oh God.
That's their best bet, though. That's great for brand recognition to make sure people know it's the new Switch.
The
Go
Switch.
buy it.
The Switch U.
The Switch. Oh man, Switch Neo.
The Switch Neo. I don't mind that. Either of those names I think would work. Super Switch or the Switch Neo. I actually kind of like the Super Switch. That's kind of a fun little throwback.
Yeah,
that's
silly.
right.
Because the Super Nintendo, it's the Switch, it's the Nintendo, and then the Super Nintendo. So the Switch and the Super Switch. 16-bit graphics.
That's right.
That's really good.
Atelier, Ryza 2, Atelier, sorry, Ryza 2, Lost Legends, and the Secret Fairy launches December 3rd for PS4 and Switch in Japan. So we're not getting this until next year.
Absolutely, yep.
It usually doesn't take that much longer, though. They've been pretty good about quick releases. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Well,
Yeah, I think they have nowadays. I think like the Atelier games have come out a couple of months past, but it's gonna come out next year if it's coming out December in Japan. It was gonna be a month or two.
Yeah. So for just for context, for the first Atelier Ryza, it came out September 26, 2019 in Japan, and then in North America it came out October 29th, so like a month later. Yeah.
oh, well, that's pretty quick, yeah.
So January, that's not that much farther off. So
yeah, that's probably because they don't have any. They're not doing the dubs anymore. Which
that's true. Yeah.
I really expected this Ryza game to have a dub at this point, but I guess not.
Yeah, just because the last one sold so well that you'd think they'd have a bigger budget, but maybe not.
Okay, you guys got to see this. All right, I can't show it because this is a family friendly podcast. Yeah, this is official.
What is that? Like
that is official pre-order bonus artwork.
What is it? What is it exactly? Like, is it a poster? Is it a?
I think it's a wall scroll, maybe.
Well,
this is all official art.
They just slide it into the curve. They know.
They're just leaning into it now. They're like, yeah, screw it. Let's just go all in.
It's actually pretty hilarious because I think I read in some website on my Google news feed, like Gamer or some shit. They said the producer said, or the director said that Atelier Ryza was always planned for 2 games. I'm like, bullshit, bro.
What? Oh wow, I didn't hear that. Yeah, no way.
You were just lying out your ass at that point. I don't believe you. You could say whatever you want. I'm not gonna believe it.
Nope.
They know they caught something with Ryza, and they're gonna keep going. They're gonna milk Ryza, and that's perfectly fine. Like they confirmed the manga as well. There's gonna be a Atelier Ryza manga.
Oh wow.
There's probably gonna be an anime, and like I've been saying, it's probably gonna be a 3rd game. Now, there's not a 3rd game. You best believe in the next Atelier game, Ryza is gonna be like the dual protagonist or something like that. She's gonna be in the game in way, shape, or form.
Totally.
They figured out, it's like, so lollies don't sell. Thick sells.
That's right.
Like I said, like I've been saying, there's no going back for this series anymore. There's no going back.
Nope.
They're gonna sell you thick thighs not thick thighs, but like, captivating female design. Let's just say that.
Yeah, just not lollies.
Yeah, lollies still exist, just not as the main protagonist.
Yeah, there we go.
See, how can you say no to this, Face?
Yeah. So yeah, what is it? Is it posters? Is it like what am I supposed to do with this stuff? Like, huh? Like are they reversible covers? Like, what is this? because it's definitely official stuff.
Yeah.
They really spotted into it. My God.
So what you do is you got to download these pictures without the sample in front of them, right? And then you just create your own posters.
Oh man.
You go to Costco and you get it made onto metal or acrylic, and they just stare at you like, really? Like, yes.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
I was thinking about like doing a video, like a parody video, but I don't know if I want to like be that, like, I guess fan servicey or something like that, or risque about how they increase Ryza's thigh size. It definitely got. I want to say it got like 30% bigger. Like it definitely did.
Well, she got 30% bigger because she got older.
That's true. Yeah, I think it's like what 2 or 3 years time skip or some shit. But yeah, they definitely how much they're showing of the thighs is really prominent. So they know exactly what's going on.
Oh, of course. Yep.
Hey, like I said, man, I feel sorry for Gus, Toei, Tecmo, because eventually you're gonna have to move on, buddy. So I hope you got a character design in mind after Ryza era is done. After the Ryza era is over.
So people in the Discord, if you guys want to see the pictures that we're talking about, just message me. No, I'll post them somewhere.
I'm sure they're already in the lewd subsection.
These aren't lewd at all.
They wholesome. They're a little bit wholesome. Like, I wouldn't mind somebody seeing me looking at these images. Not that bad.
Except the first one. The first one's pretty lewd.
Yeah, the first one's pretty out there. Yeah. Just have her undressing.
All right, so the last piece of news is Nippon Ichi Software Summer 2020 greeting card was shown, and it's 2 new characters, and people are speculating that this is going to be Disgaea 6.
It's definitely Disgaea 6. They did this before in the past with Disgaea 5. I remember seeing news on Sanzaku Complex or some shit that they did a greeting card and it was Disgaea 5 characters on it. So this is definitely Disgaea 6. Absolutely. Thank God, because I was wondering. I think I put a video like a month or 2 ago. Where the hell is Disgaea 6? And finally we get this. So yeah, it's coming. Thank you. I was worried that they were putting all their eggs into the mobile game. I was worried about that. But it seems that this technically could still be for the mobile game. We don't know. But
Disgaea 6 is coming for Android and iOS. No.
Yeah, but I think this is Disgaea 6. If I had to put money on it, it's definitely Disgaea 6.
Hey, Breath of Fire 6 was a iOS only, So
yeah,
was it 6
I think
or
those
was it
days
5?
are over. Yeah, I think it was 6. I think it might have been 6 because 5 was a PS2 game, Dragon Quarter. Yeah. I think we're past due. I mean, it's been 5 years since Disgaea 5, and I know they've been experimenting with like those dungeon crawler games, like Labyrinth of Refrain or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I think it's time for them to go back to Disgaea 6, and I hope they mix it up somehow. Like a lot of the last few Disgaea games have kind of just been the same thing over and over, just with new characters. So that's just my personal thought. I know a lot of people enjoy it or whatever, but I'm hoping they
like what you mean, like switch it up a little bit. Like what do Disgaea games do the same that you feel is just
I don't know, like the class designs I feel like look almost exactly like the PS2 games. I know that's probably not true. If I looked at them side by side, they probably look different, but like at a quick glance, not thinking about it, they look very, very similar. I think the art style looks very, very similar. Like it'd be nice to get an art style change.
Okay, so
I don't know.
After that art style change, no, because that art style is Disgaea. They cannot change it up.
Right. Do you think they're gonna update the sprites even more because they updated it?
That's what I mean. Sorry, let me clarify. I like the actual art style, the character designs, like that's fine. But to me, the actual in-game character sprites, they don't look as good as like the character portraits. So I guess I just want the in-game art to be as crisp. Like every time I look at it, I'm like, it looks low resolution. I'm like, what is wrong here? Like I feel like it looks off somehow. So if they could just crisp it up a little bit, I guess.
I guess I could see where you're coming from. That they look good. They look great to me. Like ever since they made the jump to HD with Disgaea 4, they've always looked good. In Disgaea 5, like kind of pushed it a little teeny bit. but it look great. Like maybe they can make the sprites a little bigger, I guess, or make them look like I want to say like Blaze Blue or Guilty Gear or something like that. Maybe in that vein, but I don't think they're gonna do that. It's gonna be pretty much what we're familiar with. If they go 3D, I will fucking kill them. They better not go 3D.
What if they do 3D like Guilty Gear though? So it looks 2D.
That's fine. That's fine. But if they go like Mugen Souls or Hyper Dimension,
yeah, they don't have the art team for that. I don't think they got to stick to 2D.
Yeah, stick to 2D.
I'm with you.
It takes forever to make all those attack animations, all those skills and stuff like that. It probably takes forever to do it, but it's Disgaea at this point. Like really, I love Disgaea. I play every Disgaea game. I do the post game stuff. Defeated Bale, Pringer Z, Pringer X, whatever. I do all that stuff. So I'm looking forward to doing it again with the item world, the character world, even though it's a lot of hours that you have to sit. And it's like when you get to the item world, you fight the item god. It's like, oh my god, it's insane and time consuming, but worth it, very much worth it. So
that game is a sit on the couch, have some popcorn and drink, and just melt into the couch and play for a long hours of time kind of game.
I'll say that's a pretty good stream game because you're going to be doing a lot of stuff that's a little bit repetitive, so it'd be nice to see people on stream and talk to them and stuff like that. I'd say that's a pretty good stream game.
You want to know a funny thing? I think I own every single Disgaea game, and I've never played them.
You never played them?
I played the first one.
Okay.
That's the only one but I own every single one of them.
It's crazy because I don't really blame you on that one because Disgaea is so selective and it's very niche and it's hard to get into. It's very like you see all those numbers, you see all the systems, you see all the classes, you see reincarnation, and like I said, item world and whatnot. It's really complicated stuff, and you might not have time for it at all. You know, you don't have to do all that stuff if you want to play the main game.
Yeah, you get through the main game pretty quick, right? It's like you beat the main game. The time consuming stuff is all the extra stuff.
Yeah, all the extra stuff. But you'll do some item world stuff maybe in the main game. Some people will, but you don't have to. I've seen people like go to the item world in the beginning of the game, level up to 1,000 or whatever, and just fly through the main game so they can do the post game stuff as quickly as possible. Which I don't do that. I like to take my time with stuff, build my teams, and just play the story with the created characters I make.
Taylor, was the last Disgaea game D2 that you played?
I'm trying to think if I played 5 at all. I don't think I did.
So you did a review for D2, didn't you?
Oh no, I did play 5. No, I played 5 because there's a review on my channel for 5. I think. I think. That's how long. I mean, that's how long it's been.
Yeah,
it's been a long time.
It should do good this time around because they ported Disgaea to everything, so it better be on PS4, PS5. Hell, it might even actually come to Xbox. This might be the first Disgaea game that comes to Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, I bought the Disgaea 1 PS4 version. I started playing that because that's nostalgic for me. I don't know why. I have it on the PSP and PS2.
Yeah, they need to remake Disgaea 2 with HD sprites and Disgaea 3. If it's just one, just do Disgaea 3 because that really needs the HD upgrade.
Right here, let's see. Disgaea 3.
I gotta put the phone on vibrate. I just get notifications every 10 seconds.
Taylor, do you remember your Disgaea 3?
Is that the review copy?
That's the review copy.
That's funny. They don't do that stuff anymore. Now they just give you codes. Like I remember I used to get discs from. This is back when. I guess NS America does Disgaea, but when they used to do the Atelier games, they would always send me those like pre-release disc versions or whatever. This was before digital was super prominent.
Good old days. The good old days of 2013, 2014.
Yeah.
All right, so there was a big release, a game release, I should say, that you guys have been playing. You guys got review codes and probably have already finished the game. I haven't played it. It's Fairy Tail with a thumbs up or thumbs down or thumbs middle. Give me your guys' review.
It's like slightly. It's not quite thumbs up, but it's like in between. It's like a sideways up. Yeah.
I'm honestly before you go tell, I'm just gonna give it a thumbs up. I'll give it a thumbs up. If you're a fan of Fairy Tail and you like Fairy Tail, go play the game. I don't care if it's not worth. It's technically not worth $60. I'll tell you that right now. But if you're a Fairy Tail fan, it's worth $60.
That's the short version. Absolutely, that's exactly how I tell people, because it's like everything that you love about the show, they like dive headfirst into it, including the fan service. But I think a lot, like for people that watch anime and play games, like we've been waiting for like a great anime based on an RPG, because there's so many of those like arena brawlers, like what they did with My Hero Academia and Naruto. They're like all the same, and it just gets so dull after a while. And so for them to finally do an RPG that is like better than decent is like super surprising. Like I was shocked at how good it was, but I was also shocked at how they cut corners, because there's a lot of cut corners in this game in like ways that I've never seen in a game before. And me and Shadow were talking about this a little before the podcast started, but there's points in the game where characters are talking, like they'll have character portraits, they'll have text and everything, but they don't have a character model. And so I've watched some of the show, but I haven't watched the whole thing. So there was this new character, or there was a character, Merity, and she starts talking, and I'm like, what's happening? Is she like, at first I thought her and the other character like shared the same body or something, if that makes any sense, because I've seen anime where that's like a weird plot point. And I'm like, is she speaking telepathically? Like, what's happening? But I went online later, like after the game came out, and I'm like, oh, they just didn't make a character model. That is so weird.
When I first saw that scene, I thought something was wrong. I'm like, where is she? I want to see her model. What's
Right?
going on here? And then like they got it positioned at this camera angle that you're only seeing like the Fairy Tail characters and not the people who are talking on the other side of things.
It's so weird.
Yeah, it happens a couple of times. I'm like, okay, this guy's a major bad guy in this particular arc, the Grand Magic Games, but he don't have a freaking character model. I'm like, what? Then there's like a green hair girl. She's like a real pivotal part to after the Grand Magic Games, and she don't have a character model either. Like, what? I'm like, how did this happen? That y'all couldn't make character models? Like everybody, like, yo, it's crazy because most of the female characters have the same body type for the most part. they literally have the same body type. It's crazy. Like they have this one like Coke bottle figure and big boobs. It's like you couldn't just do that for like the other characters, some of these other characters. Like, what happened here? Like, all right, y'all ran out of time. Okay, fine.
That's a really funny way. No, that's funny that you say that. Yeah, it's just like change the hair color, change the face a little bit.
Yep.
It's like, but they were clearly under the gun. I mean, this game already got delayed a couple times, so I'm sure, because like the part you're talking about, I don't even remember her name, but the girl with the green hair, like as that arc is ending, they're just like literally putting screenshots from the anime. And I'm like, wow, they are really trying to cut corners here. It got crazy.
Yeah, it's like they didn't have time to make all the cutscenes in the game, so it said, you know what, we can't make all these cutscenes, we can't make all this action stuff. Let's put screenshots from the anime in there and just throw them in there. I was like, okay, that's like, what can you expect? It's a budgeted, it's an anime game. I'm not expecting balls to the wall stuff, but it's like sometimes it's just like I would have expected something else, a little bit more from this cutscene.
They need to be Dragon Ball Z style, where they freaking reanimate whole scenes from the anime and put it in the game.
But they ain't got that. They ain't got that. Yeah, that Bandai Namco budget. They don't have that. The Fairy Tail doesn't have that. Definitely not.
No.
Okay, who made this game?
Gus,
published it.
And yeah,
Gus.
Yeah,
Gus, who makes all the Atelier games. Yeah,
That is why.
yeah.
You should.
oh, it's definitely like it's the Atelier template for the most part.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like down to the map and down to how some of these like dungeons are kind of bite sized for the most part. It's completely that template. Without the Atelier games, this game wouldn't be in the structure that it's in at all.
Well, I gotta say, it kind of works because like in the Atelier games, you're just doing quest after quest. So I haven't played all the more recent ones, but in the older games, that's all you would do is just like I have a shop, you pick up like 5 quests and you do like 5 quests at a time. But that's what the show is about. It's just they run a guild and they're picking up quests and they're going off on adventures. And these in the show, it obviously lasts several arcs or several episodes. But it was kind of a perfect template for a game because it's just like, oh, go to the quest board, pick up a quest, go do a quest, come back. And for me, that was a really addicting loop because those quests don't last very long.
Yeah, Nick, I know you're gonna say something too. I got something I gotta say.
This sounds like another series that we had to talk about.
And let me tell you something, Nick. This quest structure is basic as fuck. This is baby's first JRPG when it comes to basic quest structure. You literally pick up a quest, you kill an enemy, and they're easy too. They're dumb easy to kill, and you go back. They even give you a prompt to tell you to go back.
That's true. Yeah, they teleport you. Yeah.
You know what other series has that similar quest structure? Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know? Do you know, Taylor?
I don't. Why do you tell me? Why do you enlighten me?
Cold Steel. Okay.
One doesn't have a big quest board like that.
Not just Cold Steel, just Trails in general. Every Trails game, it's like that.
Has that.
But no, when you put that in your review, I was just like, and you were like really happy about it. You're really happy. It's like, oh yeah, it's all these awesome quests, and I'm like.
This is coming from the same guy that says he wants more from his side quests, mind you. Okay, let's just put it like that.
But okay, here's the thing. Here's the difference between Fairy Tail and Cold Steel. That's all Fairy Tail is just doing quests. Like Cold Steel, like leads you to believe there's like more things to do. Like there are more things to do because in Fairy Tail, all you're doing is trying to level up your guild rank and then upgrading your facilities, and that's it. Like Shadow was saying, all these quests are like, go talk to 3 people, go kill 10 wolves, go whatever. It's very basic.
That sounds like Dragon Quest Builders too, isn't it?
A little bit, yeah. But I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, this is just from Cold Steel 1, but Cold Steel 1 doesn't have a big jobs board like that.
No, what it is your jobs board is every day during your studies. What are they called?
Field studies.
Field studies, yeah. Field studies. You get a quest board. And there's the urgent one and then the other ones the side ones.
And they literally boil it down to go here, talk to this person, or go here and kill that. That's literally what they come down to. They're a tad bit more detailed, like you said you want from your side quests. But it's pretty much the same thing. Just go here, kill that. Go here, talk to this person.
But the thing that Taylor doesn't like is that it doesn't give an immediate award. It gives you points, but you don't get that award until you level up.
Yeah, because that's the thing with Fairy Tail. Like when you complete a quest, it gives you money, it gives you points to rank up your quest, and then it gives you bond points. So like immediately you get some kind of reward, and then almost immediately you're like, okay, I can level up the item shop or something. And then, okay, now I can buy items for cheaper too. I can buy better items. Oh, I can upgrade the laboratory. They can give me better lacrima. Oh, I'm going to go like get all my lacrima. There's like a flow to Fairy Tail that Cold Steel doesn't have. It's just like, here are 3 quests, do them for no reason. That's, I think, and as Nick said, there's not really an immediate reward that feeds back into the game somehow.
It's not no reason, but yes.
I'm gonna let you go on that one.
It's fine. It's fine. It's Taylor. This is Taylor's take on Cold Steel. It's fine.
And I think Shadow might be with me on this one. I'd be lying if I didn't say that part of the appeal of Fairy Tail wasn't the fan service, because it leans way into it. I mean, at one point, there's literally like a beach episode where they're all wearing bikinis and stuff. Yeah, it's really weird too. They're having like these serious story moments, and somebody's like standing there in a bikini. I'm like, this is just really weird.
Yeah, they had to put those in there. Yeah, Fairy Tail is full of fan service. Which a quick little slight tidbit they did censor the game in a way. They all the upskirt shots of characters have been like censored, and there was like a slight amount of people that were upset about that. I didn't really care. It didn't really matter at the end of the day.
No. The only character I noticed it on was Wendy, who is a very young character. So to me, it was okay that they did that.
Yeah, it's like whatever. People who are complaining about that is just weird. It's just the way I would put it. I don't think that's a big deal. But I think they said that before the game came out, they said they wouldn't censor anything. So
that's what people are upset about.
Yeah, maybe you have some like warrant to complain, I guess.
Is in the Japanese version, is it not censored, or is it the entire game is like that? Every version of the game.
I don't know.
Sure.
I haven't looked into that.
So if it's every version of the game, technically they didn't censor anything. That's just how they designed it.
No,
I don't know.
Like before the game came out, like the review copies that I had before the game came out, when the game came out, like an update happened, and that's what censored the game. So maybe in Japan it's not censored.
Oh, okay, there you go. That answers that question.
But Fairy Tail is basically like, if I was to do a list of like first time JRPGs you should play, I think I would put Fairy Tail on that list. It's really easy, straight to the point. Like we said, the quests will really hold your hand. The boss battles hold your hand for the most part. I was playing the tournament arc, and literally during battle, for each major battle, they were literally healing you and buffing you.
That's true. Yeah, that's right.
I was like, can I lose? Like, is there a way I can lose this? Like, oh, you gotta try hard to lose those battles. Like, really. I think they did that up to every single boss battle, even up to the final boss battle, which the final boss battle was just a guy with a lot of HP. That's all it was.
So it's a very simple RPG, but it's a
very simple. Yeah,
it's a very what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. The word was on the top of my head, the tip of my tongue.
Like,
I still forgot it.
And I don't blame them for making a really like simple, easy game, because it's for anime fans, for them to come and just play the game and to quickly pick it up. You know, it's not for like some hardcore JRPG person or RPG person that's looking for in-depth stuff. Like, no, you level up, you get new skills, or skills improve, and you equip better equipment with the Lacrima. That's really it. It doesn't have to be any more complicated than that. That's not
sometimes the JRPG. Nope. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I said sometimes a game just has to have thick thighs, and that's it.
Or thick everything. I mean, there's a lot of thick girls in Fairy Tail.
There is. Yeah.
I was alluding to a different game, but yes.
Well, you know what's really funny is that I think in the digital deluxe version you can get a Ryza costume for Lucy, which is funny. But yeah, I mean, some of the challenge comes in the rank S quests, like once you rank up high enough. But then the game lets you do this thing. I'm going to explain this poorly, but once you hit the level cap of 99, it resets your level. But then as you re-level up, all your stats go up even higher, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get that.
What is that called? There's like a Call of Duty prestige, like in Call of Duty, like in Call of Duty or whatever. Yeah, like that, basically that. So like I was level 99 twice over by the time I had platinumed the game. Yeah.
And the game was really like easy to a point where like there were like level 50 enemies on the map, and I was level 20, and I beat the level 50 enemies. It took some time, but I still beat them. It wasn't like it was impossible. So
yeah.
Wow. So wait until the price drops then.
Yeah, ultimately, if you're not a hardcore Fairy Tail fan, wait for the price drop. If you like Fairy Tail and you're on the fence, I say just get it. You know what you're getting. You know what you're getting yourself into. Just know that they did cut some stuff, and especially it's like crazy because as the game goes on, you start to realize that they start to cut more and more, and then like it starts to become slideshows to present like what's happening in the game in between. I'm like, you guys clearly ran out of time on this one.
Sounds like Xenogears.
Yeah. Dude, the last arc was hilarious because it was like, yeah, so we did this, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened. It's like, whoa, that could have been like 10 hours of content. What the hell? That was really weird.
Absolutely.
I'm hoping this sells well despite all this, because I'm hoping they can make a bigger game with all that stuff in there, because then I think it would be like a step above where it is, and I don't know if they'll ever give Gus that kind of budget or that kind of time, but it was just surprising how much I enjoyed it and how solid it was.
That he got the platinum.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I beat the game and I'm like, I got like 60% of the trophies and I'm having fun. I might as well just finish it. So it only took me like 37 hours, but I will say that after I beat the epilogue, I turned off all the attack animations and I just skipped all the story just because I was trying to get through it faster. So if you left that on, you're probably looking at like a 40-hour platinum, something like that.
Yeah, and I don't blame you for skipping some of the dialogue. It's just like it doesn't even matter at the end of the day. It really doesn't. It doesn't add anything, especially some of these minor quests. Even some of like the character quests, I was like, I could skip this. Especially for that one character, I forgot his name. Ichika, whatever his name was, the guy that has like a beard. He grows.
Oh yeah, the weird guy.
Yeah, I do not care about you, bro. Skip.
No.
Don't care about yeah. But the PC version did have a problem. I don't know if they fixed this in the PC version because I did a live stream. And when I finished the game on the live stream, I got a black screen. And I could not finish the game. I couldn't get to the epilogue, couldn't save the game or anything like that. So I had to go into my NVIDIA settings on my PC and fix anti-aliasing for the game. That seemed to be in the corporate and that fixed it. But there are some issues on PC if you guys want to get it on PC.
That sucks. Well, I'm sure people are going to be modding in all kinds of costumes. So once they patch it to work better, I'm sure that
they're going to remove costumes?
I mean, I didn't want to say it, but
that's the first thing they're going to do. That's the first thing they're going to do. Yeah. Which I will say right now, just on record, I do not see the point of like nude mods. I don't like nude mods at all.
Why is that?
I find a really, I guess, a scantily clad outfit better than nudes. I don't know why. Like, I'd rather take a character in a bikini than see them nude. That's just me.
That's fair.
I see that you're a man of culture. So have you guys been playing anything else, or was just that it? Fairy Tail?
The bulk of it for me was pretty much Fairy Tail until a couple of days ago. I've been trying to trek away at Trails in the Sky the Third, but that one's proven to be a little bit difficult because of the character side quests, and they take up like 30 minutes at a time. And it's just like I want to play the game and just move on. Honestly, I don't care about Zen for the most part. I'm sorry to say that. Like Zen, I don't care about your backstory, man. I'm close to skipping your stuff, but I'm like, all right, I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna sit here and read it. It's fine, but its progress has been slow. I haven't played it much, probably in like almost a week since I got the Fairy Tail code.
Yeah, you have to get past some of that stuff, and then you get to the good characters.
Yeah, like Kevin. If Kevin wants to say something, I'm cool with Kevin. I'm cool with I forgot her name. Kevin's childhood friend. Cool with almost everybody else.
The nun.
Yeah, the nun. Yeah, I'm cool with almost everybody else. But sometimes the character stories be taking up a lot of time. They're fun. Some of them are really fun to view. Don't get me wrong. But with Zen, I was just like, I don't care. I'm still on Zen's cutscene right now.
I know there's a story. I don't know why it's there. I need to look at. Actually, I need to watch it again. But it's like a gambling. They're in like a casino, and it's characters I have no idea who they are, and they're just talking, and then it ends, and I'm like, what's that from? What's this about? I don't know what this is. And it was really weird. That was like the only Star Door that I didn't really get.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get like most of the Star Doors when I get back to it. But maybe I won't. Maybe I'll leave some Star Wars to YouTube. I know they got an archive somewhere on YouTube.
I think the last Star Door you need to find everything first, like every door, and then you get the last one. It seems more difficult than you think it is. But
that sounds like story progression, is it? Like you have to like open that Star Door absolutely to progress the story, or is that just optional?
No. That's just like a special Star Door that kind of hints at the next.
So I absolutely should.
Yeah, it's I think it's Star Door 15. It's one of the. It's like a story that hits you in the feels.
Okay, I'll get that then. That's fine. I gotta get back to it. I gotta make this fairy tale video and then get back to it.
Mm-hmm. So Taylor,
Yes.
I played Story of Seasons. I got Jennifer. Oh, what's her name? I haven't played in a long time. Karen, and Ellie all to red, and then I just married Ellie. So I actually got her married. I got the blue feather and everything. So, did you ever...
interesting that that's where the credits roll is after you marry somebody.
And that's what it usually is.
At least that was for me.
But then I played it, and then I got there. I'm like, well, I'm done, and I stopped playing.
That's exactly what I did. Yeah, because I'm like, well, now what else is there to do? You have a kid, I guess. There's the villa, but it's the gameplay just starts getting really repetitive, and even like I was like, oh, maybe I'll just hire the elves or whatever. But you have to like make friends with them before they even help you. You can't just pay them or whatever.
Oh, I've never ever since like the middle of spring, I've used the elves. I've never used my watering can.
Wow.
What you do is you get the grapes and you give them grapes, and they love it, and then they're friends, and most of them. But the big game that I've been playing is on my PSP, and I've been playing Valkyrie Profile Lenneth.
Ah, okay.
How's that?
That when I play this game, it's just like, this is what I think about when I think of a PS1 JRPG. The look, the sound, everything about it. One thing I did notice, though, is there's not really a story to this game. The whole thing...
I don't remember the story myself.
Yeah, the whole thing is you try to find souls, and here you are, and you level them up, and you send them, and you do dungeons. So it's like kind of like playing Pokemon. You're like, you look for certain souls, you pick which souls you want to, you level up, and then you go to the dungeons that you find, and then the chapter ends, and then you send which one you want they need. And I've been reading a guide because I've always gotten stuck, and I've just been doing a guide and going through it. I am now unstoppable.
Nice.
And it's fun to play. I really enjoy it. I just want to beat it. I just want to beat it because I've always got to like chapter 4, and there's 8 chapters, and I never got past that part. I don't know. But yeah, that's what I've been playing. I've been really into it. I think I'm in a dungeon right now. Let's see. Yeah, I'm in a dungeon right now. But I also yeah.
Good.
I wanted to play Lenneth is the cheapest way to play it. The PSP version. And apparently it's not as good as the PS1 version. So I'm really mad at Taylor for selling his PS1 version.
Yeah, that'll happen when you're broke.
Yeah, it happens. No, but he got it at such a good price. He bought it for like $80, right? And now it's like one of the like $200-$300 to get. It's super hard to get.
$200.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's good.
So it's really, I want to look it up right now, actually. But luckily, I had the PSP version. I just bought it from. I remember you got traded into GameStop. Like, I'm taking this. Oh no, never mind. There's one that's $130, and the next one is $270, $280, $250, $260.
Jeez.
Crazy.
Crazy.
$345, $350. Jeez. A brand new factory sealed $3,000.
That's insane.
I ain't doing that. I'm
good
with that.
I think that's actually one of the most expensive PS1 games. Now, I remember before it was like Tales of Destiny and stuff. Those ones were pretty expensive. Oh, there's a Tales of Destiny disc only for $80.
Jeez.
My God.
Oh, there's a factory sealed Tales of Destiny 2 for $2,000, $2,500.
Good lord.
My God, Jesus, that's ridiculous. Oh shit.
Yeah. What is this? There's not many Tales of Destiny games on here. But the ones that are like 400, 250, 270. Great stuff. So you guys all need to play those games. You need to play Tales of Destiny 1 and 2 on the PS1. So you all got to fork up about $1,000. It's required. It is required to listen to this podcast.
Wow. Or just emulate the game if you
Yeah,
want.
yeah, emulate the
Or
game.
that.
All right, so let's move to questions.
Real quick. I do want to follow up because Shadow messaged me about this. Hashtag Taylor was right about Fate Tactics. We were talking about how hard it was, and all the early comments. Of course, people have not even played the game. Like, oh, scrub, learn to play, get good, all that bullshit. And then the game comes out, and you start. Shadow was like, "Yeah, the forums are with a lot of people complaining." I'm like, "I told you." So
I ain't gonna lie. I was kind of thinking you were scrub. I ain't gonna lie. I was that a little bit. I was like. Because that's what got me to look at the game. I was like, "Well, it's only $20. Let me go get it." But then Taylor said that it had some difficulty problems. So let me look at the message boards, and I was like, "Oh, people are complaining about it as well. Wow, he was right. Oh, okay. My bad, Taylor. My bad."
I was joking, and I'm like, I think I need to frame this.
Yeah. Like you can never tell. You can never tell because maybe Taylor missed something very important that he's missed.
That's what I was thinking.
I don't know. It could happen, but no,
it has happened.
It's a hard game.
Everything you said was right. They were like the bosses spamming their like card attacks, and then they were attacking again. The totem was moving around. I saw all that. I was like, oh wow, that's right. They got problems.
And then the really crazy thing is, I read that the levels scale with you. So even if you grind, it doesn't even matter. So I think the thing you have to grind is there's crafting that can increase like how many monsters you can bring in and how strong you are and stuff. But it's like grinding in strategy RPGs is very different than grinding in a normal RPG. Like battles are so long, and the rewards are not quite as high. So I was just like, not worth the time.
See the grind in Final Fantasy Tactics, you just don't even move and you throw rocks and scream and accumulate.
That's right.
That's it.
And then you actually play the game.
Yeah, then you play the game.
Yep.
See the mod for the Final Fantasy Tactics that on my PSP that I downloaded got rid of that. You can't do that. So it's a lot harder.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. That's too bad.
That's too bad. All right.
That's a shame.
Let's move to questions. From Josiah Otaku. Recently, the Fairy Tail JRPG released based off one of my favorite anime manga. My question is, do you play many games based off anime? What are your favorites, and what would your dream game be?
I'm going to answer this one. No, I do not play many games based off of anime because I know they suck. I can tell sometimes that they're just not worth my time, that they're just shallow. But hey, there's an audience out there for them, and if you like them, that's fine. But I just know they're just trash from a gameplay standpoint. Enjoy them as much as you want. The only one I ever played seriously was Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Yeah, that game's pretty great. From I remember watching Nick; he was a god at it. So
I was not a god at it.
In our circle of friends, you were.
Yes, I was the scrub that's better than all the other scrubs.
There you go. Well, I remember you were really proud because I remember Ben Moore from Easy Allies was streaming it, and like you were just like always on top, beating everybody's like, "Oh yeah, LHG, this guy's good."
Yeah,
do you remember that?
Yeah, I was fighting him, and I beat him, and then we flipped, or he switched to a different character, and then was my turn again. After he played a couple other guys, and he's like, "Man, this guy, he just keeps hitting me." It's like this guy knows what he's doing. Oh wait, it's Dinless 2003. That's why. This guy's good. So he recognized my name.
Nice. That's awesome.
The only my fault. The only other anime game I've ever played, I got a Wii. Yeah, just a Wii. I got a Wii for One Piece Unlimited Adventure way back in the day. Literally bought the Wii just for that one game, and I got One Piece Pirate Warriors. I think 1 and 2. Yeah, because I think there's 4 Pirate Warrior games for One Piece. But after getting 2, I was like, this is just Muso button mash, like like I'm gonna say cut together story. And I was like, it's not worth it.
Yeah, I'm kind of in Shadow's boat. I don't really play a lot of anime RPGs. The only time I've played them in the last like handful of years is if I get like a review code for it or something. And I think the last one before Fairy Tail was One Piece Unlimited World Red, which weirdly enough is still my most watched review, which is so random.
Really?
Yeah, it's mostly people coming to look for the Switch version, but I reviewed like the PS3 version, so people are probably coming in disappointed. But I'm trying to think if there are any other good anime. I mean, we're all JRPG guys, so like, of course, we'd love a RPG based on an anime. Like, we're still waiting on a really great Dragon Ball RPG, like I guess Goku. What is it? Dragon Ball Z Goku or Kakarot, whatever. Yeah, thank you.
The good JRPG that you're looking for is those Game Boy Advance games, apparently.
The Legacy of Goku. Those were actually like I never played them myself, but I heard they were actually really good games. Like not just generic stuff, but they were good.
So this might be heresy. Would you guys count like Avatar and Korra? Is that considered anime? That's always the argument, right? Is that anime?
A can of worms here, my guy.
Well, okay. My point being is, I know people like really didn't like that Korra game. I thought it was actually kind of fun. The Platinum Korra game, like it was a small little download game. Like I wasn't expecting much, but the combat was actually super fun, and I really liked the pro bending mode. That was fun. So I would say that. But my dream game would be like a big open world action RPG based on like My Hero Academia, just because there's so many characters and there's so many different cool plot lines. But they just don't give the time and budget to the studios that make those games. It's just never going to happen.
And it's like they really don't need to because they're going to buy it anyway.
Yeah, I know. That's the sad thing.
Like they don't have to put effort into it because they're just going to buy it anyway. Like that's the whole thing with anime games, unfortunately.
So the only anime series that I bought was back in the day, PS2, PS3 era, was Dragon Ball Z, and I got all of them right here.
Oh my god!
Right?
Yeah, Nick was like obsessed with the Dragon Ball.
I got like all of these are only the PS2 ones. Saga or Super Sagas, Tenkaichi, Budokai 3, Budokai 2, Budokai 1, and then I got the PS3 ones right here. The Budokai Collection, Burst Limit, Raging Blast 1 and 2, and Ultimate Tenkaichi. And then, I was really it was my guilty pleasure back in the day, just getting Dragon Ball Z games and playing them. And
Dragon Ball games have all the same story. It's like you're going through the same story all the time. It's like,
but they're always different. I don't know why. It was a guilty pleasure. I just love playing them.
Yeah, actually, now I think about it. Yeah, back in the day, I used to play. I used to play Budokai 1, 2, and 3, Tenkaichi 1 through 3. Yeah, I did play those. I did look forward to them.
And I'm missing my Tenkaichi 3. I don't know where that went. That's a rare game now. And I stopped playing after what was the Dragon Ball Z game on PS4 that's not fighters? Xenoverse. Yeah, I played Xenoverse 1. I didn't really get into it. I didn't like how it felt. And then I never played Battle of Z and Xenoverse 2, Kakarot. They just don't interest me anymore. When Fighters came out, it's like, this is the penultimate Dragon Ball Z game. There's nothing really to get them.
Aren't they still making DLC for Fighters?
Yeah.
Yeah,
wow, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Well, I think they have to, and if they don't, they have to make another game.
So they're probably releasing for the license. They're probably releasing DLC while making Dragon Ball Fighters 2. I bet you.
I hope so. They need to get out Guilty Gear first.
I know.
And then they got to get out Persona 5 Arena.
That's still being made. I don't know what
You
that's
know,
about.
since we like make fun of having so many Persona spin-offs, I'm looking forward to that one. Actually, I would love to have a Persona 5 Arena. To be honest,
And it'll look awesome.
Yeah, have it look like Guilty Gear. Oh my god,
Oh my god,
that'd be amazing.
That look great. Oh,
And it's gonna be.
I gotta say, speaking of whatchamacallit, Arc System fighting games, I kind of want to buy Granblue Versus because there's a lot of story mode stuff. No, Nick's like, don't do it. Why?
no.
Only do it if you want. Only do it if you want to play as like if you want to play fighting, like the fighting. The story mode is not so good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm saving you the hassle.
I don't know. This could be one of those Taylor things where I could actually like it.
Yeah, he might actually like it. You know how his taste is like reverse and backwards.
Yeah, you can never pin me down. Okay?
All right, Taylor. When you finally come over, I'll give you my physical copy and you can play it. Is that all right? Because I have
Sure.
I have the digital copy on my PS3 and PS4 anyway. So
But you have a digital and a physical version of the same game?
Yep.
Why?
So I pre-ordered.
Oh yeah,
I pre-ordered the US one.
Uh-huh.
And the Hong Kong and Japanese one came out, I think, like a month earlier. And the Hong Kong one's already in English, dubbed and everything. Huh. And I bought it. I just bought it on there, and I had the game really early before everyone else. And like everyone in the fighting game community had it too, who wanted to play the game. So I was just already playing with other people. So.
Yeah, that's the thing about the FGC. If you don't jump on it immediately, like the first day or first week, you're gonna be severely behind.
So I had to, because this game was the game I was gonna get very serious in, and I was getting serious. I was going to locals. I was doing all this stuff, and then the lockdown happened, and then that game died. Sadly, the Corona killed Granblue Fantasy.
Because it came out in February, right, of this year?
Yeah. And it was getting popular. Like the locals are getting busier, and there's a lot of people playing it. And there are pros playing it. I remember on a lot of my locals, there's pros there, and they're like, "Man, this game's actually really fun." I was actually really surprised how fun it is, and I'm just gonna keep playing it. And then locals stopped because it sucks. Bummer. My dream anime game. I don't know. An eroge of Tenchi Muyo. I don't know.
Dream.
I think I already got my dream game with Dragon Ball Fighters.
Yeah, they have an actual competent Dragon Ball fighting game that didn't come down to button mashing, or especially people online just being jerks. Because I remember it was one Dragon Ball game I played online. Just people are just using the same people, the same combos, button mashing combos over and over. Or maybe it's just arena fighting games in general.
Vegito. It was Vegito. I think I actually have that still.
Vegito?
Oh no. I have a video. I think it's the first one on the channel of me fighting one of these guys that Shadow's talking about. And he was a really high rank, super high rank. That's ridiculous, right? And I started playing him, and I was just destroying him. I was like destroying his stupid cheap tactics, and he leaves in the middle of the match. Just leaves because I was winning. And I'm like, oh, that's why you're ranked that high.
Because he was playing cheapo.
Because he was being a little bitch.
A little bitch.
Yes.
That's one of the things I don't like about the Arena Fighter, especially online, because they really everybody's just out for the quickest win, easiest win. That's all they are. They're not out for technique, but that's how the game is designed. The game is designed to favor those characters with the easy animations when it comes to their attacks and recovery.
Mm-hmm.
So if you pick that character, you do that. There's a high chance you're going to win either way.
Like my go-to character was always Teen Gohan. And I really like this game because you're able to customize them. But it's just like these games are just the same combo over and over again. That's what that's what these ones are like, and it's like the same combo, and then you at the end of the combo, you do different finishers to throw them off.
Yep. And wasn't that like that in Xenoverse?
Yeah, same thing. Xenoverse is like a Tenkaichi light.
Yep. And then like I heard stories in Jump Force as well.
Oh my god, Jump Force! I almost forgot about that game. How embarrassing!
That game, oh my god, that game was a joke. What probably sold well. Like, well, up to whoever published the game, it probably sold well to their standards.
Yeah,
Bandai Namco, yeah,
definitely. Will Kreplin asks, if a sign says "no shoes, no shirt, no service," then must I wear pants? Asking for a friend.
What?
I would say if it says no shirt, it's understood that you should have pants as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you need pants.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yep, we have spoken.
We have spoken.
Ned993 asks, what are the worst OS tracks you've heard in a JRPG or games in general?
Mine fucking zero. Fuck that game and its soundtrack. That soundtrack could have single-handedly been salvageable if the soundtrack was better. If you just, like I always say, if you're gonna be in a JRPG, you're gonna be facing the same battles over and over again. You damn sure better give me a battle theme that I like and that I want to listen to over and over and over again. Mine zero, the most boring battle theme I've ever heard in my life. Put me to sleep. Put me completely off the game. Same goes for the dungeons as well.
What a shame. That's annoying. Well, you said JRPGs or any game. So any game, honestly, I think one of my favorite games that has one of the worst and most forgettable soundtracks I can think of is Rogue Legacy. Yeah, Rogue Legacy. It's one of those roguelike games, side-scrolling type of games. The soundtrack is just it's so forgettable and bland. And yeah, it's a shame because the game is so great. It looks great, fun to play, but man, the soundtrack is just not good. It's just really not good.
Another one for me, which I guess this is just my personal preference, is Darkest Dungeon. And the music in that game is really dark and depressing, but it's supposed to be because it's Darkest Dungeon. But it's like, if you had some upbeat music going on here, I could mess with this game all day, every day, and I can deal with the challenging boss fights. But sometimes I just like, a good theme will put me in the game.
A dark fantasy epic battle theme, right?
Yeah, exactly. I was trying to do that on PC while I was playing it for a little bit. I was trying to find mods that allowed me to edit the music, so I was going to put like Persona music in there or something like that, or whatever. But I couldn't find anything.
So I'm gonna say I'm already gonna hear all the screams and all the yelling. Trails in the Sky. Sophisticated Fight.
Oh, the battle theme?
The battle theme. I hate
a little
that
jazzy
theme.
Battle theme. Dun, dun, dun,
I hate that theme so much. I don't know why. I had to change it. I changed it in the PC version, so it's just so. I don't know why. The worst one is when you're actually when you're almost dead, when your party's really hurt, and the crisis music plays. That song's worse. But every other song is good. Every other song. It's just those two songs that really threw me off. And then the next game is really good songs. And then Trails in the Sky 3 has amazing music.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
It's like,
but I like Sophisticated Battle in Trails in the Sky 1. I liked it.
Yeah. See, exactly. So that's why I'm gonna get a lot of hate mail now. People are gonna be like, Nick, you're not a Trails fan. That's my Trails card. I have to throw it out now because of that. Even though I played every game.
I understand where you're coming from because it is kind of mellow. It's not that hype. I honestly just thought it was catchy. That's what I thought. Yeah.
It just sounded weird. It didn't sound like it belonged in that game for some reason. It was just those two songs. Don't know.
Right now, I want to listen to it now.
Yeah. I want to listen to the Evo version. I want to see what the Evo version's any better.
Sure.
What other games had really bad music?
Let's see.
Didn't Rhapsody: A Magical Adventure on the PS1 have really bad music?
Yeah, I played that game.
We were
Maybe.
playing. I thought we were making fun of it when we were playing it.
I mean, we were making fun of its like RPG Maker like level design, but I don't remember anything of the soundtrack. Let's look up Rhapsody.
Make sure it's PS1. A soundtrack that I don't. It has good songs, but sometimes the songs sound off. Is Vandal Hearts, especially Vandal Hearts 2. It just I want you to listen to this song. Let's see. This is it. Nope, that's an actually good song.
Okay, this might be controversial. You know what soundtrack I really don't like in any of them, and they always have this like a similar type of sound. I don't really like Disgaea soundtracks. They kind of have that like funky synth sound. Does that make? Am I making sense?
Aren't most?
I think you're talking about like when you're in the like the main hub area. Probably is that what you're primarily talking about?
Yeah, they all the songs kind of have a similar like feel to them, I guess, but maybe mainly the hub theme. But I don't know how to put my finger. I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, I don't really like any of the Disgaea songs.
Ooh, that's like that is a deep cut. That's like that sound. I get that why you don't like the sound because it's kind of weird, but that has a nostalgic sound to me. I love that soundtrack. I don't know why. It just, but I get it. But listen to that song right there. Listen to that song, and you can tell me that this sounds off.
The bottom one or the top one?
The top one. The bottom one is actually a good song. Listen to the bottom of this.
Yeah, I was gonna say the top one or the bottom one's cool.
The bottom one is really good. Same game.
This is great podcast material. Listening to a song that they can't hear.
I mean, I could put it on if you really want to.
Oh, it's like so. It's like character selecting kind of music.
This is like the world map song, and now the people could hear it.
Oh, okay. I thought this was like a battle theme. I was like, well, it doesn't sound.
It just sounds off.
Sounds like.
It's okay. Yeah, I mean, it's not the worst thing, but I guess I hear what you're saying.
But then the next song, the song that I sent you, it's an awesome battle theme.
Okay, this one's better.
Yeah, I like that one.
This one's way better.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Now that game is really unique. So it's a strategy RPG. I'm going to go off a tangent on Vandal Hearts. It's a strategy RPG, but you move a character, and then the enemy moves a character at the same time. So you have to guess which character they're going to move and where they're going to move at. So
it's kind of something like. It sounds like a roguelike RPG, kind of. Because like you move, the enemy moves at the same time, and they're moving towards you.
Yeah,
you figure out.
It's like one character each. Like one character moves at a time, at the same time. One on the enemy side, one on your side. So if there's one enemy left, right? If there's one enemy left, and you're like surrounding him, you have to guess where that enemy is gonna go, and then select and attack a square where you think the enemy will be at.
Oh, that's tricky.
So you have to predict where he's going.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Weird.
Yeah,
Right now.
it's good. It was interesting. The second one's not like that, or the first one's not like that. First one's like it feels like a typical Fire Emblem kind of game.
I'm sorry. This definitely looks like a game I ain't playing.
Vandal Hearts?
Yeah. The art style, the character design. Nah, I'm good.
It's really Konami made this, I think.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, Konami definitely made it.
Now
Yeah,
what?
definitely.
Look at the first Vandal Hearts. The art style is completely different. So, all right.
Yeah.
The Proletariat asks, what is one small thing that can ruin your personal enjoyment of a JRPG? This is a Taylor question right here.
Oh, there's all kinds of things. Where do I start? Not having an hour clock. Every RPG needs to have an hour counter. When one doesn't have one, it drives me insane. Games that I will say this for modern games that don't autosave. You remember how upset I was at that one part in Nier Automata?
Yep.
You
quit
like 3 times. Oh my god! Because like that whole game, it autosaves almost all the time, but in this one tower, you can't autosave, or I don't think you can manually save either, or maybe you can. I don't know, but it was super annoying.
Which tower? It was a tower. It was like
I don't even know how to describe this. So I think it might have been after. Oh my god! So the thing, you're trying to get to this one tower, but to get into this tower, you have to climb 3 separate ones. If that makes sense. Maybe tower's not the right word. They were like these a structure, a mini dungeon.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But there was a couple of places in Nier Automata in which you had to start over if you didn't succeed. Like in the beginning of the game, if you messed up, you had to start the whole thing over again. And then there was one part when you had to play with 9S. If you messed up the bullet hell and you died there, you had to start all the way from the beginning with 9S, do his whole cutscene thing over again. And I don't think you could skip the cutscenes either. It was weird.
That kind of crap drives me crazy.
Yeah. Dude,
I
remember back for the LHG cast, you quit twice, I think. You quit once and then you stopped playing for a while. And you tried again, and at the same spot you quit again, and you're like, oh my god. And then you got
annoying. Yeah, eventually I beat it. It's a great game, but that one part is just so annoying. I'm trying to think of other things that really bother me.
Bad music.
That's what I was gonna say too, but I was kind of leading to the previous question. But bad music will put me off. Absolutely, I don't care how great your game is. If you got bad music, I ain't gonna play.
I gotta say that I feel like of all the great games that we've been getting. Well, okay, that's true. Like, let's take Dragon Quest XI, right? It had the MIDI, not orchestrated version when it first came out, and that bothered a lot of people.
That bothered me. That made me not exactly. That's just like the last question. The music in Dragon Quest XI. Oh, at least the MIDI ones. I don't know what the orchestral sounds like.
Oh, it sounds great.
That was bothering the hell out of me. I was like, man, I'm playing RPG Maker Windows XP. I don't know what the hell's going on.
I were thinking with that. They had some type of disagreement with the original orchestra or artist or whatever. That was weird. But PCI fixed that instantly.
Yep. Yep.
Hey, one thing for me is when you have a lot of party members and if they don't all level up, even if they're not in the party.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That would kill me. Like, just level up everybody, even if they're not in the party, evenly too. Don't give them like 50% or 40% experience. Just level everybody up. I want to use everybody. Time comes.
I mean, Persona does that. Persona 5 does that. It doesn't. It's only. I think you have to level up. I think you have to get Mishima's confidant up to actually get XP for your out of party members.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I think so.
Got some experience. I don't remember anybody being. Well, then again, I did all confidence.
Yeah.
So
and also technically, I think you automatically get Mishima's. So I think the first level is you get like 20%.
Yeah, but I don't remember anybody being so far behind in Persona 5 that I couldn't just like,
Especially in Royal. Royal, I was like level 97 or something.
Oh, jeez. This is not specifically JRPGs. I would say this generally to everything. And this is mattering less during COVID when I'm just buying digital. But I hate a boring spine art. And one of the biggest culprits is Final Fantasy. It's like the spine is completely white with plain black text. It's same with Dragon Quest does that too.
Yeah, see, Japanese.
Terrible.
That's Japanese Dragon Ball game. American Dragon Ball game.
Yeah, see, like
Japanese,
make it colorful and
American.
fun. And the Switch, I don't even buy Switch games physically anymore because the spine art is so boring. It's just
Red
white.
and black.
Every company uses the same font. It's terrible. There's no reason to buy a physical version.
That's some nitpicking stuff right there.
Oh, dude, I'm picky. I mean, you know how I am with Cold Steel. I get nitpicky about the weirdest stuff.
It's cool.
Except you're not playing the best Cold Steel, which is 2. But
hey, they didn't earn it. Okay, you got to earn it.
And you went straight to 3, which made no sense.
I know.
This man said they didn't earn it. They
didn't. 50 hours of setup? Nah, fam. That can't.
Oh no, they earned it. They earned it in the last 2 hours of that game. The last 2 hours after the dance, perfect. It was just like, okay, this game was like a 6 or a 7. I got it. It was fun. It was all right. And then that happened. I'm like, okay. I was able to dance with the teacher. That automatically made it to an 8. And then all that shit happened. All right, that's a 10.
No.
And then the cliffhanger.
Yep. Damn cliffhangers from Cold Steel games.
And 2 just starts right up. 2, there's none of that like short, or long intro. It's just like you start right where it left off, and you're like, go. And then
and Cold Steel 4. That's all I gotta say.
There's what?
There better not be a cliffhanger for Cold Steel 4.
I think
for Hajimari setting up for the next one.
I'm pretty sure. That automatically sets up. Every Trails game sets up for the next one. But I'm pretty sure the end, like the Cold Steel series, ends at 4. Yeah, Reen's the protagonist. There you go. That's the end of that.
Yeah.
Who are the main characters in that Hajimari no Kiseki one? I don't even know how you translate that in English, but who are the main characters in that one?
I think it's following like 3 people. It's following Lloyd from the Crossbell games, Reen, and who else? I think original characters. I think
there's some original characters. I don't know who the main character is. I haven't been following it because I don't want to look at any spoilers or anything like that. All I know is that apparently Kevin's appearing, so that's what I heard. So.
I didn't know that.
Sorry, spoiled it. I ruined everything.
That's not a big deal for me. That's cool that Kevin's in it. Why is he in it is more why I want to know.
Oh, what's a nitpicky? A lot of things don't really nitpick me. I can play crappy games really easily. A little like pet peeve of mine is when the 3D model doesn't look like the character art.
That's definitely true. That puts me out. That puts me off in some games. There was one game that did that really messed me up. I forgot what it was. But yeah, I can definitely understand that. That's annoying.
It's like it's really only a thing in older games because they had limitations. But when it's like so blatant, you're like, oh, what? Come on, at least try.
I think it's not like this is not a complete representation of that situation, but for Trails in the Sky the Third, I'm playing the Evolution version. So the Evolution version has like updated like artwork, and the artwork is not what I've been used to for the Trails in the Sky games over the years. Yeah, it looks kind of weird.
Yeah, it has the crossbow artwork.
Yeah, but it's really messed up because I can deal with everybody's character art, new artwork, but Kevin's artwork in the Evolution just doesn't look like
right.
Yeah, it doesn't look right at all. It's like he's got a wide face. It's like it's so weird. It's like it's really laid back. That's not the Kevin I know. It's weird. It's a big nitpick, but I know it. Every time he talks, every time he says something on screen, I'm like, God, I hate that portrait.
Yeah, so it was like the sky. It was like the sky artwork, and then it was that middle sky Evo and Crossbow artwork, and then it's the Cold Steel artwork.
Yeah,
but that Crossbow Evo artwork, all the girls have huge boobs apparently. Let's look at them. They're all way bigger than they should be. It's really funny. It's just like, it's like why is it?
Because Falcom.
But it's not like that in any other games. It was only that style. It was like that.
Probably because the artist probably interpreted it that way. I don't know why. Maybe somebody told him to say, "Hey, make the boobs bigger." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Let me ask you this, Shadow. So you said you're playing it with the portraits. Did you buy a different version or did you just patch it?
He modded it.
You just modded it?
Yeah, I modded my Vita.
Oh, the Vita version. Interesting.
Oh, there is no Vita version. I don't think. I think he just.
Oh yeah. I didn't even know. I didn't even know.
So that's
I gave
why.
it. Came back with the game on there. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, because like if somebody wanted to buy the PC version, for example, I wonder if there are mods to add in the.
Oh, most definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
You could even mod in like the Japanese voices and stuff like that if you want to. From Darisham, bones in wings or tenders?
Bone in. It's not a chicken wing if there's no bones in it. So
it's kind of interesting because I just ordered like boneless wings from somewhere. It depends. I could do both, but if I had to pick one, probably bone in. Yeah, probably bone in. I like boneless. I definitely do like boneless. Boneless has its appeal because I know when I go to Buffalo Wild Wings, I always get boneless. I don't get bone. I love the boneless. But
I always get the boneless from Wingstop because it's just very convenient.
Yeah, just pop them.
I'll play my games. Yep, that's the reason. Yeah. But I do get my bone in wings all the time. I mean, that's what I make. I make the bone in wings.
Yeah, if I get like banchan, I'll definitely do bone in.
From Ijuel, what JRPGs are you looking forward to this half? Wait, what are you looking forward to this half 2020 and upper half of 2021? What do you think the price of the PS5 and Xbox Series X will be? So there's two questions there.
I'm trying to think of what's still coming out that doesn't.
I guess Yakuza Like a Dragon, if we're counting that one.
Yakuza Bravely Default 2, I guess.
That's
for me would be another big one.
We could, in the first half, there could be a lot of games that's like, hey, this game's coming out in March. Oh wait, we have Cold Steel 4, Shadow.
Oh yeah, I feel like that was the obvious one for me. That was a real obvious one. That one's getting played no matter what. I'm a badger. Whoever I got a badger to get a review code.
I'd be shocked if you didn't get a review code. I mean, I got a review code for 3, and my channel's like a third your size. So
Taylor, you get a review code for 4 and give it to me.
Oh, okay. Somebody's got to make a video.
I mean, you could. No, you can't. Yeah, you gotta make a video. You gotta play the game, make a video, get footage.
Just say how bad Cold Steel series is again.
Yeah.
I mean, Ryza 2 is coming out. I guess we can count that. Ys 9 next year.
Oh yeah, Ys 9, of course. That's probably that's my header image on Twitter. That's my most anticipated JRPG right now. Definitely Ys 9.
I was taking a nap today, and I just hear I hear a song in the back of my head because I'm half asleep, and it's like, this is Sunshine Coastline. Who's playing Ys 8?
Was Maddie playing it?
Maddie was just listening to it in her room, and I was like, why is it on? It was bothering me because the beat sounded like it, and I was like, what is this song? I know what it is, and then I was like, oh, it's Sunshine Coastline.
So this is technically not a JRPG, but Genshin Impact is coming out later this year, and I was super addicted to the beta, and I'm really looking forward to Genshin Impact, playing actually diving into it.
I just hope that the game is it doesn't rely on its gacha elements.
Yeah,
that's the only thing, because it's being pushed like it's a regular game, like it's a regular $60 game or something like that. It's like, this is a free to play gacha game. You guys know that, right? Like people don't know. They think they're just gonna go to the store and buy or download it. No, it's gonna say free to play. And you're like, oh, it's free. Let's just play it. And then you realize it's gonna do a lot of gacha stuff to get you to buy things.
I was watching the state of play, and with Max was watching it, and I was just watching his stream. And everyone, when they showed Genshin Impact, everyone was like, Breath of the Wild, 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 Breath of the Wild. I'm like, nope, it's not what this is. And even Max was saying it too. I'm like, nope, this is not what this game's like. I mean, it looks like it and has some mechanics, but it's definitely not that.
Yeah,
I
it's its
people
own
make that
thing.
comparison. It's so stupid. Like it's not even that there's. Well, they have some similarities. Don't get me wrong, but Genshin Impact is doing its own thing. But at the same time, it's like, what's the problem with that? What's the problem of copying something that's doing something right? I don't get it. Don't you want more of that on the market? You love Breath of the Wild. Don't you want to play another game that's like it? What's the problem with that? I don't get
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Any sense to me? Tell me that 5 like games on the market, I will go get it easily.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. I mean,
yeah. I mean the yeah, no, you're totally right. The other game, we don't know when this is coming out, but Tales of Arise also.
that got pushed back to 2021, definitely.
Yeah,
It's
I don't know if it's going to
2022.
be out. 2022.
No, all right, 2022. Interesting.
Fantasy Star
Yeah.
Online 2 Next or whatever it's called.
Oh, the New Genesis.
New Genesis.
I'm looking forward to that because I really want to play it. Because I was saying that I really wanted to play PSO2 a lot, but I played it for a little bit, and I think I subconsciously didn't like it because of how dated it looked. But the New Genesis complete overhaul, a Realm Reborn style, kind of like maybe I'll get into it and play it a lot more.
I noticed that a lot of those, especially Japanese and Korean early MMOs, are very menu heavy.
Yeah.
Because I was just trying out Ragnarok Online again because that was a nostalgic game to me, and I'm like, man, all these menus are like so many different menus and all these like really weird hotkeys that I don't get. And how did I play this game before? We were spoiled by WoW.
We sure were. I'm trying to think. There was one of the. This is not really a JRPG, but based on that Koei Tecmo financial report, supposedly we're getting Scramble before the end of March of next year. Persona 5 Scramble.
They actually announced that. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to dumping a good 100 hours into that one.
Yeah, that should be an entertaining one. Well, of course, there's like Scarlet Nexus. I don't know what's going on.
Oh yeah.
I need to look more into that. I don't know. I still don't know what that is. Like what is it gonna mainly be? Is it gonna be an action game?
Yeah, I think it's an action game that's going to be something like God Eater, maybe Monster Hunter as well, maybe something like that.
Yeah, it looks cool though.
Yeah.
Do the last question.
Uh-huh.
Will Kriplin ask, what is your most memorable or favorite episode of Giant Sword Podcast? All the episodes with Shadow in it.
That's it. They're all memorable.
They're all, every single one.
I
The episode with Pelvic was in it. That was pretty cool.
That was a fun one.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, you guys have good banter, so it's always fun when you guys are on together.
Like, she don't care about my feelings. I don't care about her feelings.
And that's understood, and so you can just go at it. That's funny. For me, one that I really enjoyed is when we had Aaron Fitzgerald on for like a little interview segment, and I brought in all those clips. I pulled clips from her work, and I was trying to see if she could guess what character they were. And my favorite part was I found a clip from the very first movie she ever did. She was like a teenager. And we started playing it, and she got super pissed. She's like, no, not this one. Oh, I don't want anybody to know about this one. And I didn't watch the whole movie. I just looked it up on IMDb, and then I tried to find a clip of it. But apparently she's like a prostitute in it or something. I don't know. She was like really embarrassed.
Wait, she was like real serious. Like, don't play that. Don't even mention that.
No. She was joking, but she was like, no, don't do that. No, I don't want anyone to know this.
Yeah,
I mean, she told us like details about that film that, you know, you got to listen to that episode to actually get it. But yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, that one was good.
I like the Sean Chiplock episodes.
You know what's really funny? I love in the first time we had him on, we were talking to him about Ease 8, And he's like, man, I was really sick for my recording. And, I usually don't record when I'm sick in case I have to re-record or whatever. And then funnily enough, he had to re-record for Hummel because they redid all the lines. And he's like, well, this is why I don't do it when I'm sick.
And then the next episode we had him on, he talked about how re-recording it and how he tried to emulate that sound. He couldn't.
Yeah, I thought that was really funny.
I think the behind the scenes of Sean, though, that's the stuff that was great to people who didn't hear.
He's wacky, man. Did we get it on the episode where he was like emulating a hentai game or whatever?
What the fuck?
Yes, yes, he did. You had to leave because you were that was during the live episode.
Oh, I took my headphones off.
Yeah,
you
couldn't handle it. And he was like, I'll voice act anything, adult games and everything. I don't know who told him to do it, but he just started doing it.
I don't think anybody asked. He just went into it. I think. I'm like, oh, nope, can't do this.
I was just laughing.
That sounds weird.
It was weird.
I think
very weird.
Yeah, I think the funniest thing about that one was we were waiting to start the episode, and I faded in the camera, and it was just Sean with his body pillow, his furry body pillow. It's like, hi, this is Sunny, and she's so awesome. And then I just faded it out, and everyone's like, what the hell? I'm so crazy stuff. Crazy stuff happened, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the stuff like that. I feel bad because it's kind of hard to remember the earlier episodes.
Yeah, some of those ones with Connor are really good though. One that I really enjoyed. I don't know if you remember this one. We had Kathleen on, and it was just the top 5 episode where we made up a bunch of top 5 lists to make, and then we all read ours. And then my favorite of those was the top 5 JRPG tropes, and everybody had something a little bit different. Yeah, I thought that one was pretty good.
the magical little girl who's actually a god trope.
Mm-hmm. The old hermit who's actually a super wise, powerful wizard.
The ghost ship.
The ghost ship. Oh, that's my favorite. Ghost ship. The fighting tournament.
The village burning down.
Yep.
Good times. Well, we were at 2 hours now.
Oh, geez, wow.
Yeah, we've been going for a while, so I had to cut this question short a little bit. Thank you guys for joining me today. It's always fun to talk to you about JRPGs. Hopefully next episode we'll have another game release to talk about. I don't know if we do. Probably don't.
I don't think so. I'm trying to remember when the next big JRPG comes out. It's a little ways away, I think.
Yeah, I want to say the next one is Cold Steel. Yeah,
it's August. That's in 2 months, dude. It's in 2
Yeah.
months.
God, I need to get on.
I don't know if we're gonna.
I want to play Bird and the Crossbow games badly. I gotta get on this.
Oof. Time's a ticking.
All right. So, thanks for watching. If you liked what you listened to, please leave a rating if you're listening on iTunes or any other app, because we're on everything. On YouTube, leave a comment, subscribe, join our Discord. Our Discord's awesome. We have a lot of fun people to talk about JRPGs, anime, and all that jazz. And yeah, so please follow Shadow and Taylor. Go follow them on Twitter and go join their YouTube channels. They make awesome content. All the links are below. And yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll be back tomorrow. See ya.
Peace.